Hi guys, I am the photographer of Peau Sauvage, and I'm always making videos talking about eating disorders because I suffer from it, and I think it's important to discuss a few things that I don't think we talk about, at least not enough. A very good friend of mine gave me a suggestion to talk about eating disorders and motherhood. When I was pregnant, I have a baby boy. He's gonna be 2 years old very soon. And I know how hard it was, and it still is. So I'd like to discuss that today and maybe help mothers out there who struggle with the same problem. Please know you're not alone. The eating disorder is a mental illness that it's so deep in your subconscious that when I found out that I was pregnant, the first thing I thought was I'm gonna gain so much weight. And for people who suffer from an eating disorder, you know that the biggest fear is to gain weight. And for you who don't suffer from an eating disorder, that's the biggest fear always, to gain weight. The first weeks of my pregnancy were very hard for me, and I didn't know what to do. I was lost. The first time I went to see the doctor and I saw my weight, I started crying, and it was very hard for me. But then the doctor asked me to lay down, and I heard my baby's heart for the first time. I don't know how to explain what happened. All my good energy and all my strength went to that heartbeat. It was the most beautiful sound I've ever heard in my entire life. I told myself every day throughout pregnancy that I wasn't eating for me. I needed to eat for him. So if you're pregnant now and you have an eating disorder, that's my advice for you. Think about the baby. I know it's hard. Every day during the pregnancy was hard. And then he was born and I couldn't breastfeed. I don't know if it's because of my many years suffering with eating disorders. And I was very sad. It wasn't easy at all for me and my baby. And then everything restarted. I started losing a lot of weight again. People start seeing you as the mother, and then they forget that you are, first of all, a person. I heard from a lot of friends and family too that I needed to eat. It was my responsibility. If I didn't eat, my baby would be left alone if I died. Stop with the bullshit. Then again, treating the eating disorder as a choice, which is something that you should never do because it's not a choice. So the beginning, the first few months of my baby being born, after my baby was born, was very hard because nobody would understand me and I felt very lonely. My husband, he's a person who understands me very well. I was suffering a lot of pressure from family members and friends. He didn't pressure me. He was always by my side and he understands. So that's also something that it's very good to share with you. If you are a woman who has a child and also have an eating disorder, it's very important for your partner, she or he, to understand that they have to be there for you. Because if the partner it's not there with you, I swear to God, if he wasn't there for me, I would have gone crazy. And then the months went by, and my son, he started eating solid foods. And then again, another problem, because I was cooking for him and dealing with food all the time. I was okay with that. Then you have to feed the baby, and my son does something very cute. When he's eating, he sometimes tries to feed me. So he takes whatever he's eating and he tries to feed me like I'm doing to him. That moment is very hard. I can't say no because I can give him a bad example. He needs to eat, so he needs to see his mother eating too. It's a daily challenge. Whenever my husband is home, I ask him to come join us so he can see daddy eating and maybe try to feed him instead of me. So what I want to say actually to other mothers around there, you're definitely not alone. You can always contact me if you want. I always leave my contact on my description on my videos. So what I do sometimes is maybe that's a good idea for you too. I don't know. I give him celery sticks so he can feed me because I'm okay with eating celery or foods that I am comfortable with, like celery, some carrots, and he's super happy when he feeds me. I can see that he's happy. But I honestly think the hardest part is to feel like a person again, to make other people see you as a person again. You have your own problems, and it's not because you have a child that you will stop having an eating disorder, unfortunately. In my head, I feel so guilty already. Like I feel guilty all the time. I always think that when he grows up, what am I gonna do? Like it makes me so anxious. He will understand better and he will see that that his mother doesn't sit and eat as much as he does or his father does. Nothing about having an eating disorder is easy. Actually, nothing about having any mental illness is easy. My message today is for the mothers who suffer from an eating disorder. I know how hard it is, and if you can, if you want, share this video with your friends and with your family. No mother in this world would choose to have an eating disorder, to give, unfortunately, a bad example for their kids. That's my message today. I'd like to thank my friend Carol for giving me this great idea, this suggestion that it's honestly, this is my favorite video. This is my most important video, I think, because it's a topic that we really need to talk about. When we get pregnant, the world expects you to be, I don't know, a superhero. And even nowadays, when I'm having an anxiety or like a panic attack or a crisis, there's at least one person or two people who will tell me, come on, but think about your son. You have such a beautiful boy. I know I have the most beautiful boy in the world, and I love him with all my heart. He carries my life in his hands. He is the reason I'm here. When I'm having a crisis or when I'm not feeling well at all, when anyone says that to me, like, feel better, come on, feel better already. You have a son and you should be happy. This phrase, you should be happy, this phrase kills me. It makes me so anxious. It makes me feel so guilty. Don't do that to anyone because you're not helping them. Please, just let's try to respect each other and be careful what you say to mothers who suffer from an eating disorder. Just try to be more empathetic. And that's it. That's my message today. And to all the mothers out there, I'm always here for you. If you want to share your stories, if you want to contact me, if you want to suggest topics for more videos like this, if you want to discuss more anything breastfeeding, you can just contact me or just leave a comment and I'll make more videos, whatever you want, whatever you need. I hope you're having a blah blah. should be more more good. So the eating disorder, it's always so, it's always such a Oh, I didn't stop filming?